All right, guys, it's your old pal Lowball Norm Donovan, GM of the Philadelphia Fire Ants, back again with another video. I know, I haven't done a video in ages. You've all been dying for it, all right? But here we go. But I will say, this is a little bit of a different video than perhaps you were expecting, okay? Now, as longtime aficionados may remember, back in the day, we got super meta with it, and we decided to do a video game series about the fake game that we play with our fake teams, all right? And that was me playing NHL on the Xbox, featuring our teams within that system, all right? It was great. It was great. We had a lot of fun with it, but it got too meta. We flew too close to the sun, ladies and gentlemen, and it all ended in disaster, primarily because the Xbox NHL game sucks and was completely unmanageable, and I just could not keep things running in the background in any consistent way. And so we ended it, and we thought, that's it. That's the end of SICHL gaming. But then I thought, what if we got even more meta, and we went in a totally different direction? SICHL fans, welcome to the SICHL Arena and SICHL Wrestling. First to the ring from Regina, it is the Regina Bisons. Now again, these were modeled not after the actual GMs. All right, these were just modeled as I wanted to get a little sousant of the essence of the teams. The Bisons, in true Prairie fashion, bring their own chair to the match. Fans going wild here in the SICHL Arena. Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be doing a wrestling show for SICHL Gaming. We are going to have the World Conference GMs and the Canadian Conference GMs battle it out in matches. The winner of this match is going to move on to round 2 of the playoffs until we're just going to whittle them down until eventually we have one and only Continental Champion. The Bisons squaring off in round 1 against this man, the White Horse Huskies. Disgruntled former postal worker turned professional wrestler heading into the ring in style. Careful on that ice, it's a little bit slippery for a motorcycle. The White Horse Huskies versus the Regina Bisons. Should be a great match. Again, we are going to have 5 matches on the card tonight. We are going to have Canadian versus Canadian, and we're going to have world versus world until we eventually whittle everyone down over the next weeks to come. Until we have one representative from the World Conference, one representative from the Canadian Conference, and they are going to define the inaugural holder of the SICHL Continental Championship. And the Huskies would love to have that belt around their waist. Literally a tall order, though, against the Regina Bisons. Everyone looks ready. Let's start the match.
Guys, we have a
there's the bell.
To be the next big thing. While he might be molded,
reversal from the Huskies. Nicely done, and boom, drops him with a straight right hand off the ropes, and oh, missed on the elbow. Maybe a little too much flair on that elbow. Clothesline drops the Huskies to the mat. Regina with a headbutt. And now, oh, a headbutt to the midsection as well. Bison's not finished. Looks like it might be ready for one more. Boom.
To the midsection.
And this time going after the leg. And again, Regina just methodically taking apart White Horse here. Nice combination, has him staggered. Irish whip into the ropes, goes nowhere.
Great reversal.
Regina comes out swinging, but a nice counter by the Huskies sends Regina into the corner. And kicks to the midsection, drops him down. Oh my goodness. A brutal stomping. Regina heads out to the ice. Missed on that heel kick. Russian leg sweep by the Huskies. He's got him up. A vicious side slam onto the ice.
And look at this now, yes.
And now locks in a submission hold. Not a falls count anywhere match, so a submission won't count at ringside, but tell that to the Bison's neck. Fighting out in the ramp now. They're going to have to be mindful of the countout. Huskies tackle him to the ground and drop the elbow. They're at a 6 count. We're going to get a double countout if they don't get back in the ring soon. And Huskies obviously thinking the exact same thing. Tosses the Bisons back in. Thinks he might have him. Hooks the leg. Only a 1 count. Only a 1 count, ladies and gentlemen.
Even an inch of ground as this match continues.
Nice dodge from Regina, but walks right into the boot to the gut. And now the Huskies pounding away. Repositioning him now. And a few harsh words for the Bisons. And boom! The stunner out of nowhere. That might have won him the match. Ladies and gentlemen, 1, 2, no. The Bisons kick out after 2. Rolling out of the ring to the ice. I don't know that it's going to give him much respite because here come the Huskies. And the Huskies, oh, look at this. Whitehorse having a little bit of a interaction with the fans at ringside, let's just say. Obviously, the fans not a fan of the Postal Service.
Holy, meet the barricade.
They lock up. Bisons carry him over and head first into the ring post. Launched him into that steel post, and he is out on his feet. Regina heads it back in to avoid the count out there at a 7. He's saying, come back in here. I'm not done.
Back to it, returning to the ring.
Irish whip into the ropes, missed on the elbow. And a nice counter here from Whitehorse. They lock up, trying to drag the Bisons to the ropes. He does, but a counter from Regina. And boom! Spinning Uranagi. And not a 3 count. Once again, Whitehorse kicks out at 2, but he is struggling. On the ropes here, literally and figuratively, into the opposite end for the Irish whip. The referee gets directly in the way. And Whitehorse taking advantage. A block and a slap to the face by the Bisons. The Huskies a little riled up about that Irish whip. That goes nowhere. Huskies still on the attack, has him up and over for the sidewalk slam. Caught the boot. And the Bisons with the throat chops. Finally tackles him with a clothesline and another. Here come the Huskies. Get a third. They stagger into the corner. And the Bisons strutting out to the middle of the ring, getting themselves wound up. It is time for the Bison Stampede. Flattened in the corner, rolled over, hooks the leg. That's got to be it now, ladies and gentlemen. That has got to be it. 1, 2, 3, your winner, the Regina Bisons. A huge victory.
Let's take another look at these guys in action.
To open up our first ever episode of SICHL Wrestling. There's the big splash to end the match. And 1, 2, 3, lights out Huskies. It is your winner, the Bisons.
We call a lot of matches, but this one's going to stick in
Getting
my
the crowd
mind for
pumped up
weeks
here,
to
and
come.
he is
I
going to
agree with
move
you
on
Corey. This one was
to round 2. Obviously, didn't want to use the chair in the match or he would have been disqualified. This is more his emotional support chair. He knew it was there, you know what I mean? And he grabs it to celebrate. A big, big win for the Bisons. All right, next match. Heading to the ring, ladies and gentlemen, from Reykjavik, Iceland,
It's scheduled for one fall. Making
the
his way to the
Riders.
ring from Reykjavik, Iceland, weighing in at
From the land of
215
Bjork,
pounds.
right into your screens, ladies and gentlemen. The Riders looking sharp and making their way to the ring. They look all business, ladies and gentlemen. No messing around for the Riders. Fans loving it, and why shouldn't they in this capacity crowd at the SICHL Arena? The Riders getting the fans whipped into a frenzy. But who is his opponent going to be? Who is standing between him and the Continental Championship? We will find out shortly. The fans getting a good look at the Reykjavik Riders. Next up, his opponent from Jacksonville, Florida. Ladies and gentlemen, if that's not peak Florida, I don't know what is. The Jacksonville Gators. He's got a gator hide wrapped around his forearm. American flag jorts and, ladies and gentlemen, fanny pack. Peak Florida headed to the ring right now to square off against the Riders. The fans loving it. Look, he's got flip-flops on. Who wears flip-flops to a wrestling ring? This man. The Jacksonville Gators. Look at that mullet. Look at that mullet. A thing of beauty.
A man who always considers himself
Jaromir Jagr would be proud.
uncrowned champion. He wants to show exactly why here tonight.
Getting the crowd going here. It is the Gators versus the Riders. But who is going to come out on top and move on to round 2 for the World Conference? Riders look ready. Gators say bring it on.
And you are looking
And
at one of
there's the
most
bell. They
unshakable
meet
superstars
center of the
on
ring.
roster.
Gators sent into the corner.
Picture of resilience. He's been through ups and downs,
And
but he's
splashed
never
by
given up the
the
fight.
Riders.
Perseverance is what will make him such
Riders
a threat
now.
in this
Oh,
matchup.
with the bell
He has his
clap.
work cut out for him here, facing off against someone who feels
And
he's
now
been
squeezing the
disrespected lately.
trapezius
Someone who's
muscles.
really come out here
You
with
can see the
something to
Gators
prove.
struggling. They're just throttling
I
him.
do not know that I agree. He's been disrespected
Squeezing the
lately,
life out of him,
but
and the
if he
Gators
wants
are
respect,
in
it would do him good to
trouble
win this matchup.
right away.
What are they going to do here? Leg snap.
I mean, oh, snapping the leg there
More damage to
of
the
the
leg.
Gators. Reykjavik has him up. Double underhook.
Slam, slam. Oof.
Slam to the ground. And the Gators
Taking a trip outside,
heads out
but
to
he's
the
gotta be
ice, but
mindful
the
of
Riders
count.
right
He's
after
getting
him.
a little battered now.
And air raid crash
All it
onto
takes.
the ice. Devastating maneuver. And then head first into the ring post.
Outside.
And the Riders dominating this match thus far. Trying to get at him, and the referee trying to keep him back, give him an opportunity to get back in the ring to beat the count, and he does just that.
Kick right to the back of the leg.
Riders right back to work, but the Gators send him into the
Set up
corner.
in the corner of the ring. In full control.
And
here.
head first into the turnbuckle.
Unloads a shot to the.
Not done yet. He's going to give him one more. Why not? And why not? Third time's a charm.
The midsection connects.
And the alley-oop. Hooks the leg, trying for a quick pin. Only got the one count.
I can't believe it. He just won't
Only
go
got the
away.
one. And now stepping on the hand and then stomping on the shoulder. Painful maneuver. Jacksonville with a series of rights, and now up and over where the suplex rolls through. He's going to give him another one. Boom, hits it.
Incredible.
Efficient offense, leaving no breathing room.
He'll need to maintain that aggression.
And whips him into the corner. And what is he doing here?
Draped
Has
over
him on the middle
his
rope and then
opponent.
triangle drop
On the
kick
money.
over the top rope. An impressive move, and now Jacksonville getting the crowd going as he leaps back into the ring.
He's lining him
Setting him up. What has he got in store? Oh! The spinning roundhouse, and now locks into the submission hold. Is he going to make the Riders tap? Have they got what it takes to break free? They do indeed.
Several right hands, and he's out.
They both struggle to their feet. And, oh, diving elbow.
This superstar
And the kip up.
is rolling.
Inverted atomic drop. And the body slam. The Riders trying to swing momentum back their way. And boom, that'll do it. The elevated flatliner hooks the leg.
For the victory. 2 count.
2 count only.
Kick out, kick out.
Shoulder up
How in
after
the
2.
world?
And the Gators roll to the outside.
Moves
Here come
outside.
the
What's
Riders.
plan here? Working on the leg.
Missed. Oh, stomped on the back of the leg there. I thought he missed. And now, oh, I think he broke him. I think he broke over the forehead there. The Gators bleeding now.
To the gut. Oh, man, meeting the barricade.
And this
Riders
one
head back in the
to
ring to beat out the count.
Oh, man, he is
Only at a 3
fired
count
up
though,
now.
plenty of time. And the Gators trying to regain their senses there on the barricade. The Riders get impatient, come out after him.
Count here.
Has him up and over.
Goodness. Draped across the
Drops him
barricade.
across the top of the
Stomp
barricade.
after stomp.
A great view here for the fans at ringside. Oh, face first.
He's
Face
expressing
first into the ice.
He needs to get himself some
The
room
Gators
to
in a
rebound.
heap of trouble right now. Sidewalk slam.
He's got to wake up and get in the fight.
Oh, right to the kidney.
Sharp kick to the back, and the Riders say, let's go, bring it on, baby. You can see the cut right above the bridge of the nose.
Foot to the belly.
The ref still counting. Might be a count.
Gators tossed back in. Riders gonna have to get in there to avoid the countout. And has him up and, oh, face first off the knee.
Here.
Say good night. That's gotta be it. No. Once again, the Gators managed to kick out. I mean, I don't think the Riders can believe it either.
That was the home run shot.
And he's going to do one more, and that has got to be it now. There is no getting up from 2 in a row. The Riders pick up the victory against the Gators and move on to round 2
Let's take another look
of
at
the
these guys
playoffs.
getting after it.
A great triangle dropkick there from the Gators as you're watching the replays. There's the flatliner, and boom. And the second one. And a replay. They didn't do 3. We were showing it 3 times. It was that good of a finish.
Here's your winner.
And your winner,
With a big win under his belt.
the Reykjavik Riders,
His name is mentioned when superstars get asked about dream
telling the fans, let's go.
Unbelievable performance he had
Pointing to
tonight.
his waist, he wants that Continental Championship belt, baby. And he is taking the first step on that journey. A big win for the Riders. All right, match number 3. back to the Canadian division and headed to the ring from my hometown, baby. The Hamilton Steelhawks making their, look at that flow. If that isn't peak hockey hair, I don't know what is, ladies and gentlemen. Don Cherry would be proud. The Steelhawks making their way to the ring, trying to get themselves into the second round of the playoffs here. We have already seen Regina advance from the Canadian division. Again, next episode, we are going to have more matches. We've got 5 matches per episode, so that's going to be 3 matches to get through the first round. And then the playoffs are really going to start. That is when we are going to start eliminating Fast and Furious to get to the finals to determine the inaugural winner of the Continental Championship belt. It's a beautiful belt. I'll let you know that as well. A little sneak peek. It's a beautiful belt. Hamilton's opponent, however. Listen, you talk about Hamilton, a very blue-collar town, and he is going to be facing a very white-collar opponent, because here come the Montreal Millionaires, ladies and gentlemen. The dollar bills raining from the sky for the Montreal Millionaires. I mean, literally showering the fans with dollar bills, and yet they are still booing. That is how much people hate rich people. As well they should. The Montreal Millionaires versus the Hamilton Steelhawks. Should be a great match. And again, this is the beauty of the system, is that these are brand new superstars to all of us. So, no idea what to expect out of either of them. The fans letting Montreal know that they are not appreciated, and Montreal could not care a less, ladies and gentlemen, could not care a less. Let's see who is going to win this match. If he can stop gloating about his riches for just 2 seconds, enough to get the match started. There we go, finally. Steelhawks are ready. The Millionaires in their rather old-fashioned wrestling getup. I had asked prior to the card tonight, I'd asked the Millionaires how they prepared for the match, and they said that they had hired the greatest pugilists from across the empire. I'm not sure what that means, but it looks like it may have paid off, because he is coming out to an early, strong start here. But there's the counter from the Steelhawks. Kicks the legs out from underneath him. Expecting a great match here. And the Steelhawks just hitting combo after combo. Finally a counter from Montreal. Spins him around into the German suplex. Nicely done.
That kick will stop you in your tracks.
Stomping away. Oh, nice counter again by the Steelhawks. Knife edge chops. Irish whip into the ropes. Goes nowhere. Has him up, drags him to the corner, and snake eyes right off the top turnbuckle. They lock up, and another German suplex. Swinging neck breaker. And the Steelhawks head out for a brief respite as Montreal bows to the crowd before locking in the submission hold. And the Steelhawks power their way out of that one. And then the hip toss reversal. Nicely done. Just dragging his face. He's going to rip the mustache right off. And the Millionaires decide to take a little break outside as well. But here come the Steelhawks. Has him up, and electric chair drop onto the ice. Vicious. And now slowing things down with a little bit of a heel hold. No submissions, obviously, as noted, outside of the ring, at least for this match.
gets set back
tossed into the ring. Irish whip into the ropes. And, oh, into the spine buster. Vicious.
The damage he's taken is starting to pile up.
STO sends him right back down to the mat. And Montreal,
Goodness, did you hear that chop?
in some trouble, grabs the foot, though, trying to get momentum going his way, and boom, hits the chops. But another counter by the Steelhawks. Some great wrestling we've seen tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Has him up and down for the sidewalk slam. Thinks he might have him. 2 count only. Shoulder jolts up from the Montreal Millionaires. Irish whip, and boom! Rolling stunner off the ropes. What a maneuver. Montreal, though, to their credit, back up off the mat, hits him with a couple of clotheslines off the ropes and a flying clothesline. Another counter by the Steelhawks. That has been the story of the match so far, but Montreal has him up now. And returns the favor. Snake Eyes across the top rope. And now the alley-oop.
That's one way to get your opponent out of the corner. He's getting pushed out into the defensive.
Stomping on the arm.
They are clearly starting to feel the effects of this
A great back and forth battle here.
This can't be good.
Has him up on the top rope, but there's the counter by the Steelhawks. But no, immediately into the sleeper hold.
Tap out. Do it now. Live to fight it.
Is he going to tap? No. Tries the legs off, rolls out. And now the Steelhawks hit him with a clothesline and another. He's back on his feet, catches the foot, and drops him to the mat, middle of the ring, and he is fired up. He is feeding off the energy of the crowd, setting him up for something. What has he got in store? Oh, pedigree. That is the Millionaire's own finish. Tried to finish him off with his own finisher, the Montreal Millionaires. Use the pedigree, and Steelhawks rubbing it in a little bit. Ooh, face first into the announcer's desk. The announcers trying to get out of the way here. And now a submission hold locked in, no good on the outside. But I don't, oh my God, look at that. Leaning in, and finally, Montreal able to break loose. You can see him gripping that left arm. Missed on the knee. Steelhawks have him up. And face first off the apron. Counter by Montreal. He's going to head back in the ring to avoid the count out there at about a 7 or 8 count now. Steelhawks do the same. Sent into the corner. And another counter by the Steelhawks. Montreal with a counter of his own. And the Millionaires drive him face first into the mat. Oof. That looked painful. That looked painful, ladies and gentlemen. And now a couple of elbow drops for good measure. Steelhawks roll to the outside. Here come the Millionaires. And they lock up. Steelhawks send Montreal back into the ring. Taking no chances at ringside here. And oh, the Millionaires greet him with some big rights and a huge drop kick to the back of the head. Missed on that one. And the Steelhawks taking advantage, but Montreal coming right back. And once again drives him face first right on the logo. And now, little queen wave to the fans. And look at this, showing off now, little handstand headlock.
Appreciate him while you can, folks. ropes. He's not getting paid by the hour.
Stomping away. I mean, an incredible back and forth match. I have absolutely no idea who's going to win this one. It is dead even so far as I'm concerned.
And he's enjoying every minute of it.
Looks like he has the upper hand now.
Yeah, he is staying steady.
Montreal in control for now, but once again, another counter here by the Steelhawks has him on the ropes. And what is he doing? To the outside, through the ropes, and stunner! Middle of the ring. What a maneuver. 1, 2, 3. And just like that, the Hamilton Steelhawks are moving on to round 2. What a finish. What a finish, ladies and gentlemen. There's the pedigree and the stunner. Rolls in, boom, hits the second stunner, and that is it. That is it. What a match. 1, 2, 3, and the Hamilton Steelhawks are victorious. The crowd loving it. They love a little comeuppance for the wealthy. Who doesn't? I mean, the wealthy don't, but I'm not one of them, so screw them. Hamilton Steelhawks get the win. All right, time for match number 4 here in the SICHL Arena. And heading to the ring from Sweden, home of the Swedish Chef, home of ABBA, and home of the Stockholm Cougars. Pacing across the ring, fans responding well to the Cougars. Looking good in blue and yellow. And he is pumped up and ready to go, ladies and gentlemen. Again, all of these superstars vying to become the inaugural Continental Champion. There can be only one, ladies and gentlemen. 30 GMs are going to enter this contest, and only one is going to come out with that belt. And the Stockholm Cougars hoping to be the World Conference representative in that final match. Again, we are going to have matches over the next several weeks. There is still lots more wrestling action to come, ladies and gentlemen. Don't you worry about it. Stay tuned to this very channel.
He calls himself the standard bearer of this division and plans on proving it in a matter of moments.
He is ready to go, but who is his opponent going to be? Ladies and gentlemen, do you love America? You don't love it as much as the Boston Colonials. Old Glory in tow. Here he comes. A little tribute to the founding fathers. They would be proud of this entrance, that is for sure. The Boston Colonials, full of patriotic vim and vinegar. Not just one or the other, both, ladies and gentlemen. That's how patriotic this man is. And the fans going wild, of course. Hockey, the great Canadian game. But pro wrestling, ladies and gentlemen, you could argue that is a uniquely American sport, at least in the way that we're... Listen, yes, Japan, yes, Mexico. All right, we understand. A salute to the fans as we are about to get started here. Stockholm Cougars versus the Boston Colonials. And there's the bell. They meet center ring, and Stockholm comes out swinging, hits him with the big drop kick.
Determined superstars on the roster today.
Certainly determined. We'll see if all that buzz around him is warranted tonight. But don't overlook his opponent, a superstar who is...
They lock up. The Cougars have him up and down, face first into the mat.
Does he get him here?
Going for an early pin. I think this is a little optimistic.
No, he gets the shoulder.
Only gets the 2 count.
So close. That
Placed in
Into the corner goes the Colonials.
Punch lands.
And, oh, nice counter.
With a counter.
He has got to do something here to get the momentum shifted because Stockholm has been dominating thus far.
Neckbreaker.
Stockholm now with a couple of carefully placed boots to the face.
Measured stomp right to
And
the
now,
gut.
oh, another big stomp.
and then the chest
Caught him
as
in the
well.
arm, I think, that time. And again, just stomping away.
The opposition. And he can't
Putting the
defend any
boots
offense
to the
coming his
Colonials.
way. Yeah, he's got to surmount this storm coming at him. Caught with a lariat.
Big clothesline. And the announcers take a step back just in case. You never know. And, oh, again. Drops him face first onto the ice.
Situational awareness.
Counter from Boston.
Reversal after
Counter
reversal.
from the
Proving he
Cougars.
gets the
Counter by Boston.
elbow smash.
And the Cougars go face first into the announcer's desk.
Uh-oh, this is just vicious.
Again, not sure what the count is at. They're going to have to be mindful here. Again, knocked back into the announcer's desk.
They are not concerned about anyone else's well-being.
At a 6 count, and the Cougars decide to send the Colonials back into the ring, taking the long way around.
Before the count runs out,
Back in the ring,
Almost a counter.
and right after Boston, oh, flattens him with the discus elbow.
trying to find his
And setting him up for some kind of a move here. What has he got in store for the Colonials? They have no idea it's coming, and oh my God. Skull-crushing finale. This might be over already, ladies and gentlemen. Oh,
He stays alive. He stays alive.
2.5. The Cougars can't believe it.
That pin must have cost him.
A great move by the Cougars, but Boston hanging in there. And now, oh,
How many times we thought this match was coming to
the crowd canning it out.
anymore. That was one heck of a combo there.
A series of kicks, and the Cougars setting him up again. This might be a quick match, ladies and gentlemen. Another skull-crushing finale. That's got to be it now, ladies and gentlemen. That has got to be it. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And just like that, the Stockholm Cougar. It was a bit of a squash match here against the Colonials. A huge win for the Cougars as they advance to the second round in the World Conference.
Victory, guys. No contest. As always, Cole, you're more
And listen, the fans letting out a cheer.
This was as one-sided
A
as it
valiant effort by the Colonials, but in the end, the Stockholm just too much for them. Back-to-back skull-crushing finales, and that is it, ladies and gentlemen. And that is it. Why does Stockholm look a little bit like Peter Weller here? Just throwing that out there. Throwing that out there. You let me know. All right, SICHL fans, it is time for the main event. And coming out first from our nation's capital,
The following contest
it's the Ottawa Slammers. Look at the guns
way to the ring.
on the Slammers.
Weighing in at 200.
The veins on his biceps are bigger
The
than my
WWE
actual
Universe
biceps,
has
ladies
been
and gentlemen.
counting the days, hours, and minutes for this match.
It's almost like I should go to a gym.
Countdown is almost over.
Not gonna happen, ladies and gentlemen. It's not gonna happen. That's why I'm on commentary and they're in the ring. The Slammers making their way slowly down to the ring. Fans going wild, as well they should. That is a big, mean son of a gun.
A guy who treats
Heading into the squared circle, but who?
of his career. He definitely
Who
plans to steal the show
is
tonight.
foolish enough to step into the ring with him? We are going to have to find out. His opponent,
One of the best superstars
Perhaps.
around.
the most hated man in the SICHL. I don't say that lightly, ladies and gentlemen.
Canada. Weighing in
It is the Nova Scotia Schooners.
Gentlemen, I think
in full naval regalia, headed to the ring. Now, I will point out that Nova Scotia Schooners were supposed to be, this was supposed to be match number 2 tonight instead of the main event. But in classic Schooners fashion, he found a loophole in his contract which allowed him to elevate this match to the main event. And there was nothing, I mean, the lawyers looked it over. There was nothing that we could do here at SICHL Wrestling. So, up to his old tricks here are the SICHL Schooners. Again, headed to the ring in dramatic fashion, as one might expect, with the wheel in tow.
He's walking around with a chip on his shoulder. He's going to use that anger against his opposition.
The fans responding in kind with the boo. There you go. That's not how you steer a ship, by the way. That seems like a bad way to steer a ship. But then, listen, I'm not the naval professional. He is. Who am I to say? Who am I to say? The Nova Scotia Schooners versus the Ottawa Slammers. Who is going to move on to round 2? The Schooners, no slouch either. Two big boys going at it here in the main event. Slammers sent into the corner. And the fans count it off as he is slammed repeatedly into the top turnbuckle. A great start for Nova Scotia. And
cheap shot right above the eye.
Shot to the face there, out of the headlock. Irish whip into the ropes and up and over for the back body drop. Drops the elbow to the top of the head, and the Schooners trying for the quick victory. I can't imagine that's going to work. Only got the one count.
To put this one away.
Has him on his feet. And the Slammers fighting back. Reverses him into the shoulder block. And unloads with a big combination and another. And the clothesline. Pounding away on the face of the Schooners. And one more time, why not? Why not? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Has him on his feet now, though. And, oh, the big elbow right on the chin. And look at the strength the Slammers. Has him in the deadlift power slam. Listen, they don't call him the Slammers for nothing. And now, bump handle slam. And, tried for a Hurricane Rana and a vicious reversal there by the Schooners. But the Slammers right back to work. Nice suplex. And the Slammers say, get up, let's go. Well, if he's going to stay down, he's going to stomp on his arm. The Slammers living out every GM's fantasy of beating up the Nova Scotia Schooners in the ring right now. Irish whip into the ropes. And, into the power slam. Hooks the leg. Is that going to be enough? 2.5, ladies and gentlemen. The Schooners struggle to their feet. They are in a real heap of trouble. They have the Slammers up into the turnbuckle, tossed to the middle of the ring. And drops the big elbow. And now it's the Schooners telling the Slammers to get to their feet. They lock up. And reversed into a big knee.
He's taking some good hits.
And the Schooners being disrespectful of his opponent, as one might expect. And tackles him to the ice.
He heads outside. Countouts legal in this match.
At ringside now. And the Schooners with the side Russian leg sweep. And now just choking him. Referee, get in there.
Aggression, just pure
An underhanded maneuver from the Schooners. Who would have expected it?
Yeah, this flurry's proven to be quite the challenge for him.
Has him up and pile driver onto that hard ice surface.
Let him have
Schooners telling him to get up. I don't know if he is able after that pile driver. Schooners not done yet, ignoring the count altogether, and he is now twisting
the leg of his opponent.
twisting the knee and the ankle. At a 6 count. And oh my God, another pile driver onto the ice. They're at a 7 count. We might have a double count out if somebody doesn't get back in that ring soon. Once again, going for the heel lock. They're at an 8 count. We might see a double count out, ladies and gentlemen. I don't even know what the rules are for a double count out.
Weakening the leg here. He's in a little bit of trouble now.
There's the 9, heads in. He's going to win this one by count out.
At this point in the match.
No, goes out and, oh, a terrible maneuver from the Schooners. Resets the count. If he had just waited a few more seconds, he would have won by count out. Maybe he doesn't want to win by count out. He wants to pin him, but I mean, leaving him a golden opportunity could be a huge mistake for the Schooners. But oh no.
Is he gonna lock this in?
Locks in.
Will this match
Locks in the clutch, but the Slammers come out clutch with the counter. Huge drop kick off the ropes. And the Schooners might be regretting their decision not to go for the count out. A little hubris might be coming back to bite them, as the Slammers have an opportunity here to come back.
brutality?
Drops an elbow.
Piercing.
Ooh, stomping on the calf. Painful. And now literally tossing him around the ring. And the Schooners in a heap of trouble. The crowd loving it. Sent into the corner.
Guys, I can't think of a worse
He's
place
got
for
him
to
up
be right now.
on that top rope. He's joining him. Oh my goodness. What do we got going on here? Hurricane Rana from the top rope. Hooks the leg, middle of the ring. That might be it, ladies and gentlemen. 1, 2, 3. And karma comes back to bite the Nova Scotia Schooners, and the Ottawa Slammers are going to move on to round 2 after, look at this finale. Shkabam. Hurricane Rana from the top rope. Hooks the leg, 1, 2, 3. That is all she wrote for the Schooners and Ottawa.
He really got the better of the opposition here.
Pumped up.
Quite the display tonight.
Moving on
Get the W
to
and
round
get
2. Are we
Nice
looking
work, I'd say.
at the inaugural Continental Champion? We are going to have to wait for the weeks and months ahead, ladies and gentlemen. I hope that you're going to be back to join us for the next episode of SICHL Wrestling, coming soon to a screen near you.